Welcome into 5-Day Crypto. My name is Chase, level 1 CMT and full-time trader. Today we're going to look at our altcoin of the day, FETCH.AI, also known as FET, against USD. So let's get right to it. Fetch on an absolute rip through the month of February, a low of 50 cents, a high of $1, almost a 2x in 20 days is pretty fantastic. Confirmed with a lot of volume. So where do we buy Fetch? Well, buy the dip, of course, but are we going to come all the way back down to this zone? This would be kind of the throwback level. However, I'm skeptical that we're going to go back down that low. Why? Well, based on the volume, based on this move, and thinking that we're going to go down like over 20% on one of the strongest moving coins, altcoins in crypto, certainly AI based. I think AI coins are going to do very well this cycle. So thinking that we're going to come all the way back down here and give all these gains back could be a little bit of a stretch. So if we're not going all the way down, where do we look at? I'm glad you asked. The 8-day EMA, the red line right here. So around 87 cents, and that could fluctuate throughout the days. So we're going to see what price action does. Having open orders in at those levels is usually the best way to do it. Exchanges can get very busy. Maybe you've had experience with that. If you go to fill an order, you can't do it. Sometimes you can get front run. So you want to kind of play with those levels. You can see my order. I have an alert set here is at 86 cents. Now, usually you don't want to have those round numbers because a lot of larger orders can do that. So like 86.13, 86.22, 85.90, something like that is generally the best way to do it. So that's my first order. Now, it's not all in or all out approach. I'm looking to do, a sections or starting to dollar cost average at that point. In case we drop lower, you just buy more, right? So that's generally how to do it in a nutshell. But for Fetch being one of the more bullish coins, and we've been talking about Fetch in our private Telegram group, which you can get access to our link below, since it's at 20 cents. So this is not a new thing, right? We've been talking about this for the better part of 8 months from now. Right, so Fetch is being tracked, right? It's one of my top coins, as you can see here. Bitcoin, ETH, Link, Fetch. I have a lot of AI coins here. All these I follow very closely, are all in my portfolio. So we talk about these all the time in our private Telegram group. If you want more content and you don't want to get surprised in this market, right? We talk about many things every day. A lot of extra videos, a lot of extra learning clips, and just subtle tips and tricks to help you navigate and become a better trader. And hopefully see you there. So that's Fetch on a daily chart. Now let's zoom out a little bit. Let's go out to the weekly, the macro scale. And you might see out to the left here, we have a fib extension. So we're going to get to that in a moment as well. How high could we potentially see Fetch go in this cycle? Well, nobody knows for sure. But the weekly, right, this throwback level here, right, you also want to always watch the EMA 8 on the weekly. Now that's moving rapidly up. So let's zoom in here first and foremost, and then we'll get to the fib scale extension. Nice 3 weekly candles here. Outside the Bollinger Bands now. All moving averages moving up. Looking really spectacular just from a TA perspective. If we're lucky enough to get a move back down, right, we kind of be looking at all these wicks and this high, right, this close here, 70 cents. Right now, the EMA 8 weekly is right around that level as well. So having an order in at the EMA 8 on the weekly is always a good idea as well. Not that you're going to get that filled, not that we're going down there this week. Very unlikely. So if it updates next week, we could very well be at 80 cents plus. So you want to update that weekly. So we have an open order in there this week. You're going to have to go back in and update that, right? This is exactly what I do. So I kind of, you can do what you want. Not financial advice ever. But my strategy has worked out pretty well for me for the past 7+ years I've been in crypto. So that's what we're looking at for Fetch, one of the strongest coins. Now let's get right to it, right? A lot of good volume here, by the way, as well. When you get these breakouts, you want that to confirm with volume, right? And we've seen that for Fetch. So great looking stuff. And again, we've been talking about Fetch since these days, right? Looking pretty stellar, nice breakout, and a nice 5x from when we started looking at it already. So looking at Fetch on the fib extension, the 1618 is usually a good spot to start with a lot of these altcoins. And notice I said start, right? That's our first target is just north of $8, $8.30. And, that's an additional 8x plus from here even at $1. from the 20 cents area, that was a nice like 40x, right? You could take from these swing lows here at 17 cents even. And I mean, look at these numbers, right? 4,600% just to that primary target. So getting coins early, or on, you know, if you missed that boat and you still want to get into it, you still believe it, you have time. Why do I say that? Well, let's clear that off of here. And the biggest level has not been breached yet, right? The things are just starting here for Fetch, right? The big moves start after your all-time highs break, and we are knocking on the damn door now. So if you've missed the boat, right, and you want to get some more coins and some strong AI coins, this is the one, right? We're working on our highest weekly close ever for Fetch as we speak. So watch for that this week. Close in 4 days, 8 hours. Could be great, right? If you want to, you know, risk and roll the dice and hopefully we get a rollback down, so be it, but don't be too greedy. Remember, to dollar cost average on your red days is always a decent idea. We're down, it's a 5% discount from yesterday. You know, a couple weeks ago, we were down to 50 cents, but, you know, bounce off that 21-week EMA. My next bounce off the 21-week EMA could very well be at current prices that we're at now or even higher. So that's our altcoin of the day, Fetch. Let's get to our quote and card of the day, which we like to do each video. So from Marcus Aurelius, it is not death that a man should fear, but rather he should fear never beginning to live. How many people you know just do the same damn thing day over day, year over year, decade over decade? Do something different this year. Make it a commitment. You'll be surprised how much that changes your life, doing different things. All right, car of the day, truck of the day, Cybertruck. I took these photos myself in a Tesla showroom near where I live, and it's pretty remarkable in person. There's a true pictures, right? You can look at the glass tint, right? Pretty cool. Panel gaps, pretty spot on. Build quality seems really good. Contrary to what I've been reading online, I've heard the build quality wasn't as good. The panel gaps were everywhere. This looked spectacular in person. I was really trying to pick it apart. Look how shiny it is. Very polished. I didn't know it was that polished, but there you go. I mean, look how reflective. Pretty sweet looking. Much bigger than I really thought in person. So this is, I mean, I'm 6'1", and I could still like kind of barely see in here. They had us kind of roped off here, but look at the cup holders. Pretty cool. Steering wheel, pretty epic. Largest screen in any Tesla. There you go. Tesla Cybertruck. Hope to see you in our Telegram group. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave me a comment below. Happy to read all those. Thanks so much. I'll see you on the next one.